Hi guys, it's Andy and welcome to today's workshop where we are going to do some drawing, much like Quentin Blake, all part of this fantastic competition to imagine, create and share your own story. Now I'm joined here today by a wonderful artist.
Thank you, Andy. Hi, I'm Jo, everyone.
And Joe's going to help us to look at the way that Quentin Blake illustrates and hopefully get you inspired and motivated to get on and draw. And just to let you know, this is not just for children, this is for anybody in the family, all right? So young people and not so young people can all take part. So let's get on with it. Joe, what do we need? What sort of things? Because I've got pencils, I've got Sharpies, I've got... Tell me what you think we need for this.
Well, the beauty of drawing, Andy, is that you generally only need pencil and paper. So that's why everyone should be drawing, because it's so good for you. But if we're looking at particularly Quentin Blake and Roald Dahl, then you might, if you've got one to hand, you might want a Roald Dahl book. Here I've got Billy and the Minchpins. But one of your favourites, I know.
It is.
But so you might want a Roald Dahl book. I have got, which I downloaded from the internet earlier, some facial expression pictures. So you might want those to hand. And a rubber, maybe some colouring pencils, or you can leave those. And a pencil sharpener. But generally, the most important thing is pencil and paper and some inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration, imagination. Right. Okay. Well, let's get on with it.
Right.
Cool. What do we normally draw first? What would you always say to people?
Well, if we analyse some Quentin Blake's drawings, then they're really very simple. So, but you do have to get the features of the face in the right place. So many people, when they first start drawing, they think that the eyes come up much further up the head, a bit like aliens, so your eyes are actually in the middle of the face. And then the nose is about 3/4 of the way down, and the mouth is about a quarter of a way up. So if I just demonstrate on your ears, the height of the ears are where the eyebrows are, and they come down to where the nose is. So if I just
and your ears are always a lot further back than people think, don't
yeah.
they? I mean, people often draw ears far too close to the eyes.
Yeah, and the way he does it is it's so simple. So if we sort of aim for like an oval or an egg shape, upside down egg shape to start off with, you should draw quite lightly to start off with. But I've just told Andy to draw harder so it can be seen. But if you are just sketching, you should try and draw quite lightly, because then if you want to rub it out, it's not leaves any of those lines. But anyway, I have just told Andy to draw harder.
Right.
So the eyes, they come into the middle of the face, and if you imagine, you can fit about 5 eyes across. So we're going to put one there and one there.
And what shape have you done? You've just done...
I've just done, like Quentin Blake, I've just done 2 dots.
Okay, 2 dots. Right, done that.
And then the way he does his noses are really simple. So let's say it's a nice person, we can just give them a sort of a bit of a button nose, like that, like a U.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to draw actually a mean person next door. So I'm going to have the 2 eyes. And say if it was a mean person, they tend to have like a sort of a carrot crooked nose, a bit like that, a bit like a scarecrow.
Okay, I want to try that as well. Yeah.
And then so we can have happy person, like Roald Dahl here, so we can have a happy person. And then if we want a mean, sad person.
If we're doing stories, you've got to have a mean person.
Yeah, so. Mean. So let's find, I'm also looking at this, which I printed off with some face expressions. So mean person, they've just got, think of tight-lipped people, then, just a very small mouth. Already looking a bit mean, yeah? And when you're cross, your eyebrows go
Yes.
like that, don't they? So don't forget people have got eyebrows.
Okay.
And we'll give some, because he's happy, he can just have some eyebrows like that. And what did I say about the ears at the start, Andy?
His ears. Very
Where did they
simple
go?
ears, you said.
Yeah,
And
very
in line with his eyebrows. So the top of the ears in line with the eyebrows.
Yeah, so well, I'm just looking here. So those eyebrows I've done quite high, as if he's surprised. So I'm going to do them a little bit lower. But anyway, and so I'm going to do some ears for him. Already looking like people, don't you think?
Yeah.
Let's think about hairstyles. What kind of hairstyle? Curly hair, bald, scruffy?
Let's go with curly hair.
Curly hair.
Happy person's got curly hair.
Curly hair, so let's do curly.
And okay, so
Yeah.
it's bald and curly.
He's bald and curly,
All right.
or you could go all the way.
That probably would look like me if I grew my hair long. Yep, that's me. Yeah.
And
all right.
we can give them a neck. So if it was like a larger person, you might want to give them a larger, wider neck. But if it's a thin person, then maybe in line with the eyes.
Okay.
And for our mean person, so if we think of the twits, they tend to have or like mean persons in Roald Dahl stories, they have a bit like straggly, unwashed hair, so it could be just, ooh.
Yeah. And this is the beautiful thing. You just go
And we
free,
can make
right?
him
You can
thin.
do it any way you want. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, really thin neck. Okay. Ooh, don't like this person already.
How's yours looking?
There we go.
Yeah, great.
Right.
So do you want to learn how to do bodies?
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Right,
We got a good person and we got a mean person. Right. A happy person and a mean person.
so
Is there any distinction between? Let's just talk. So my pictures here, and I think you've drawn very similar. They look like men or boys, and but what about girls? How would we draw girls different?
yeah, that's a
to,
good question. So let's draw. Should we draw a little girl? So
Yes.
so these are two men, and let's draw a little girl. So she's going to be down here, and so.
Oh, so
little
a
girl.
rounder shape, not
Well,
so oval.
yeah. So the younger they are, children do tend to have sort of rounder faces. So is it going to be a nice little girl or a?
No, I
mean
think
little girl?
nice.
A
I think let's go
right,
with nice.
So
yes.
button nose again. We could do. She could be really happy. This one. So I don't need to do teeth. But I have got an open mouth there, and we could do pigtails. So if you think of like little girls' hair, so those are the ears again, and let me think. So and then something like that. And eyebrows.
Cool. Okay. I love this because this is the whole thing about you just go with what you feel and it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's your picture. So
Yeah,
it's not about me trying to compare to you. It's just I'm drawing my little girl with pigtails. All right.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking up here, and it's really. What I would say is it is worth just looking at some of Quentin Blake's illustrations and Roald Dahl books just before you start drawing. But I'm just looking at. It's a bit small here, but there's a little girl that's got pigtails here, and she's obviously really excited, and her pigtails are going out like this, like this, like that.
One of the min pins.
Yeah, so think about characteristics and adjectives when you're doing your characters. So when we're doing our people, so I didn't think we're doing people, so generally think of a head goes in 7 times, so I've probably done that a bit, the head a bit too big, so, but let's see, I'm going to do They're going to have shorter legs than normal.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do the same.
Yeah. So hips are the halfway mark.
Okay.
So let's think halfway. So I'm going to have to make my hips. So if you do a line where you want your hips to be,
Mhm.
and then where you want your feet to be, and then just think about a person's physique. So they've got shoulders, and the shoulders have got to be broad enough to keep your head on, and you could have your arms waving about. I'll have one arm up and then one arm going down, and your arms are so much longer than what you think. So they go past your hips all the way down to your thighs, and Quentin Blake doesn't worry too much about the fingers, so he's waving. Now that's his waist, so then these are the hips, and he's wearing trousers. The feet they should be about the same length as a head, so you can go like that. So I'm going to make his feet a bit bigger.
Oh wow.
And think about where his trousers are, and kind of just join up the dots.
Okay.
So Andy, I think I've just changed the hat. I might just add some glasses to this one. And maybe a few whiskers.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's a good idea. Not sure
There we
about
are.
my hand is very small. I haven't given myself enough space, so I've got this very small, dinky hand.
Let's have a look.
In the corner.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, don't worry about that. Or you could, yeah, don't worry. So, at the moment, I think we've got some good figures, but maybe some characters, but they don't really look like Quentin Blake's pictures, illustrations at the moment. So what we need to do is have the characteristic scratchy lines of the black paint. Black pen.
Oh, of course.
Yes, so I'm going to use black ink, but you really don't have to. So you could use either a biro.
Can I use a Sharpie pen, or is that too thick?
That might be too thick.
Okay, I do have a thinner black pen. Okay,
Yeah, so try that, and then maybe we can swap.
all right.
So I believe what Quentin Blake does is he does his drawings first of all, and then what he does is he uses tracing paper just to go over them, and then he draws over the top. Using a light box, he will copy again the tracing over the tracing paper, but you really don't need to do that.
Oh, is that so that he doesn't have to worry about erasing the pencil?
Yeah, so he would probably have 3 drawings of the same figure.
So he
But
actually
he
does,
uses
because
a
I
light
watched
box,
Quentin
yeah.
Blake drawing, and I thought he just draws without penciling. I thought he just draws straight.
No,
with
I
ink.
think he does do the drawings first of all, and then he puts the drawings onto a light box
Right.
or uses tracing paper and then draws over the top with the black ink. And so what happens is once you know that generally the drawing's fine underneath, then you can sort of relax a bit and just like draw quite quickly.
Oh,
So-
I see. Okay.
So drawings, when you've got a really limited amount of time, then that's when your drawings are almost like your handwriting. That's because you're putting some of you into it. Whereas when you're sort of spending hours and hours drawing, then you're kind of rubbing out a lot of your own uniqueness. So
So that, oh wow, because that's exactly what we're trying to talk about, is you just being able to just draw how you want to draw without worrying about it, thinking that it needs to be perfect, whatever that means.
yeah, I would say almost like the less amount of time you've got, the more it's the more the drawing's going to be characteristic to you.
I love this. Oh, I'm excited.
Okay.
Now, I could just draw straight on my pencil. Do I have to worry about using tracing paper and redoing
No.
it? Can I just go? I'm just going to go ink straight on my pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do that.
All right. Okay. So.
To be honest, I don't mind doing that either, but well, I won't do that because you're doing that.
Okay, but I want to see these lines that you like thinking about how
Okay.
do we do the strokes,
Right.
pen
Okay.
strokes.
Well, let's try. We do it quickly. That's what I say. So
Okay.
we're just gonna do it. Ooh, I've made his jaw quite.
Oh, I love this because I suppose one could say people say is it like doodling then? It's not doodling, is it?
Not doodling. Well, doodling's when you're not thinking about what you're drawing. So I guess you would be thinking about what you're drawing. So what we'll do is do the outline, and then we can look at it. You can rub out your drawing, and we can look at it and see how we can improve it.
I love what you said as well, not worrying about the details of the hands because Quentin
No.
Blake doesn't really care too much.
He doesn't
about
care. I mean, his drawings look like they've been created in seconds, never mind minutes. Yeah. But they are fabulous.
What makes them fabulous? I mean, that's the question, because if you say they've been drawn so quickly, but people do love them, but they're not to scale, they're not right proportions, but is it because we just look at them and think these are absolutely authentic? They are, I don't know, I'm just curious why.
Well, they match the author's writing really well, don't they? So so his characters really match Roald Dahl's characters, his illustrations. But yeah, I guess it's the simplicity in them.
Yeah.
But he's obviously like a brilliant drawer, and it's experience that allows him to be confident in doing his own style
I
and
think that
simplicity.
you're touching on something important there, which is, the more experience you get, the more confident you get. But I think he probably just feels, you know what, this is what I do, and this is my way, and this is what and I think that confidence is also quite inspirational to people that keep saying, I don't know how to draw, I don't like drawing. It's like, if you just draw your way, then you become confident because that's your way of drawing.
There's nothing, simpler than drawing, and it gives so much pleasure, and all you need is a pencil and a piece of paper and practice. So I've just, because I drew it onto tracing paper, I've just turned it over, and then we can see my drawing. So you might want to make some bits thicker, so using a thicker line. So I've given him some quite thick glasses. Might want to make his smile, so you might want to exaggerate some bits by making them bolder. You might want to put on more details, like a belt or, I don't know, pockets. Shoelaces.
I've got myself some Indian ink here as well, so I'm going to give this a go. If I can open it. Now the thing about Indian ink is it's very messy, isn't it?
Yeah, particularly if you spill it, yeah.
So probably not ideal for young children to be working with Indian ink.
No. I have done art classes with Indian ink, doing this exact lesson actually, and so I've used these old contact lenses, disposable contact lenses, and these cocktail sticks, or they might be a bit sharp for children, but so yeah, you've got to let children experiment and trust them, but yeah, don't do it in an area where you're going to worry about mess.
Yeah, like nice wooden flooring or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
because it
carpets.
can stay.
Indian ink and carpet. No, not good.
So what about colour? I really love colour. So you could dilute the Indian ink and paint it. So this isn't diluted, so it comes out quite dark. So say if I was doing his trousers. So you can paint with a brush. Also, you can see I'm doing that. Do that quickly as well. And you can maybe do something going on in the background. What could be going on in the background? Well, nothing too complicated.
I don't know.
Maybe like a tree in the distance.
A tree growing.
Maybe think about that before you do it. But anyway, there.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Let's get the whole scene
Yeah.
illustrated in pencil.
Yeah.
So, because once you start putting ink to paper, then it becomes very difficult to.
Yeah. So you could add more detail to your drawing by painting it using Indian ink. And if can I use some of your water? So, say if I've just diluted some of that ink. Ooh, it's still quite dark. Oh, I'm going to need a tissue now. See, it's good to see people's mistakes as well. I'm going to get a tissue.
I think that's the beautiful thing, right? It's nobody's perfect. And anyway, what is perfect art? I don't know, is there such a thing?
There we go.
And when, like, just thinking about Quentin Blake, when he actually adds colour, it just seems like he just splatters the paint here and there. He doesn't complete the shape, does he?
No, he just literally he looks as if he takes seconds to illustrate a book, but I'm sure he doesn't. But that's the kind of effect that he gives.
Yeah,
It's
I'll put some more colour into this. I've got very black at the moment. So what should we do in terms of colour? What would you recommend? Should we watercolours or what would you recommend?
It depends what you've got. So I've got some colouring pencils yet. So if you want to have a really nice colourful drawing, then you might not want to colour in using the black ink.
Yeah.
But we've made a start. So you could use watercolours, you could use felt tip pens, you could use colouring pencils like me.
Okay,
But what I'd say is do it maybe quite quickly, but also quite flat. So when I say flat, I think I'm in a pink t-shirt. I'll give an example of what's not flat. So
I don't know if I'm doing this flat, but I'm just.
I guess that's quite messy. I'm saying that I changed my mind because that can be quite descriptive. So say if you've got someone that's a really messy person, then to colour in like that, then that would be quite good.
I so mean like a character.
So ignore what I said there. Yeah.
So if the character's a scruffy, mean, then you can
could
characterise them by colouring them in.
Yeah, colouring them in messy. Whereas
Yeah.
if they're like, say, Little Miss Prim, then you could do all the colouring really
That's right.
neatly.
Yeah. So is that flat or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
good.
when you say flat, it means don't worry about shading or anything like that. It's just one
Yeah.
consistent colour.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. What about skin?
skin, so guess what skin tones you want. So to make some skin tones, you might need to colour blend. That's a good question, Andy. So say if it was our skin tone, then it might be sort of like a light pink. You might want to add, so I'm only doing that really lightly. And over the top I'm going with an orange. Okay, so that makes quite a good skin tone for white people. Or sometimes you can get peach colour pencils. Peach is quite a good colour for skin tone. So if you want a black skin tone, you might want
so if brown skins, you
Yeah.
know, but try not to be too dark. I mean, still trying to.
yeah, you just have to look at the colour you're trying to match, and if you don't have a colour pencil to match that, then try putting 2 or 3 colours over the top to get the colour that you want.
Yeah. Now I've tried to use watercolours too early, and my Indian ink and my black ink hasn't dried.
I don't think it
It
matters.
started to run. So my character's now got new eyebrows, which is quite nice.
Yeah, that might matter.
Yeah. And his hand it's got some interesting features. But yeah,
it's good.
it is. I'm quite happy with that. I think and that's the point as well, is I think what Quentin Blake really inspires you to do is just go, right, I'm done, I'm finished.
Yeah.
And leave it and walk away.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure many artists must struggle to know when to stop.
I think there's artists, sometimes we stop before we should, because we're so worried about overworking a painting or a drawing, because we want it to look really good, but then when you overwork something, that means spend too many hours on it and rub out too many of those lines, then you've taken away some of that initial excitement. And so yeah.
Awesome. Right, I think we've achieved quite a lot. I mean, it's all about, it's not having to draw like Quentin Blake, it's just inspiring people to just get on and imagine and create and share, which is all part of this fun, exciting competition that we're going to have.
And pick up a pencil and start drawing.
Yeah. And it's for anybody, any age, right? This is the thing. Anybody can draw.
Yeah, anybody can draw. I'm going to start some drawing lessons as well, but anyone can draw.
Cool. Well, thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. This is fun. I'm sure we're going to do more. Let's see.
Okay.
So I'm absolutely thrilled with that. I mean, and that's the beautiful thing about Quentin Blake. He inspires you to just get on with it and finish and stop. So I can't wait to see what everybody is going to create as part of this competition.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Yeah, so I love seeing children's drawings. Well, everyone's drawing. So hopefully we've inspired people to pick up a pencil and do some drawing.
Well, I mean, that's the brilliant thing. It's a competition, right? And anybody in the family can do it. So Joe said, lovely to see children's drawings, but I'd like to see grandparents' drawings as well, right? So anybody in the family can take part in this. And please let your friends and know about it. And we look forward to seeing all the entries coming through.
Yeah.
All right.
If you haven't, sorry Andy, but if you haven't drawn for ages, you'll get drawing, because you'll remember how good it is.
And you can go back and you can watch what Joe's done today and showing us how to draw. You can watch that as many times as you want. And what else can we say? Look forward to it. We'll see you soon. Okay, bye.
Bye.